Howdy folks, this is Shane. Welcome to Guitar Search Saturdays. Today we're taking a look in the remote South Pacific island of... Actually, I'm just kidding. We're actually going to go to a local shop in my hometown of Melbourne, Australia. This particular store is called Pat's Music. I'm not 100% certain there's anyone that owns it by that name. I could be wrong. All the Google reviews are mostly favourable, getting 4 or 5 stars. Veronica says, if you need anything musical, this is the shop for you. Instruments and music are easily found with the assistance from the helpful staff. While I don't come to this shop very often, I did actually purchase my Blues Deluxe from this store. My experience in this store has been nothing but favourable, and I have to mention this. Unlike a lot of shops where you go in and the guy in the shop shows you how great he can play, they'll actually let you sit and play the instruments and they won't interfere. That's pretty cool. While there's never anything that exciting at this shop, occasionally you can pick up a really good bargain. Let's go in and take a look. Hey, cool, a Behringer T0800. These are one of my favourite cheap overdrive pedals of all time. One of the first demos I ever put on YouTube, and one of the first pedal demos on YouTube, was the video I did for this. I'll post that up in the cards and you can see what I look like with really long hair. While this particular pedal actually sounds great, this Behringer range of pedals gets a little bit of a hard time from the snobs, being that the enclosure is actually made of plastic. Here's a pedal I've never had a chance to use. It's the Zoom G1 On. Believe it or not, this pedal has over 100 effects, has a variety of distortion, compression, modulation, delay, reverb, and amp models built in. The thing is, how many are you going to use? It's a bit of an option paralysis pedal, but good for a beginner to try to find out what they actually like. Odds are most people will stick to a handful of effects and then move over to the analog effects. I hate to admit it, but my first pedal was a Zoom 707. I think it emotionally scarred me. Check this out, this is the Jackson JS22 Dinky DKA 7-string electric guitar. While that's a mouthful to say, check out the satin black finish. For a 7-string guitar, it looks pretty cool. Oh man, move along, nothing to see here. Move along. Please remain calm. We have our first official lefty sighting. Believe it or not, even a small store like Pat's Music always seems to have a couple of extra lefties on hand than even some of the bigger stores in my town. While this isn't anything to get overly excited about, dial-on string guitars are actually quite fun to play. If you haven't tried one, give them a go. Check it out, we have a Vox AC10. These are great little amps. I had a chance to shoot out all of the Vox smaller amps recently, and I've got to say the AC10C1 is an awesome sounding amp. For those who don't know much about this, it's actually loaded with a 10-inch speaker and it's rated at 10 watts. It's a very, very loud amp for its size. Definitely check them out if you're into the British vibe. Check out how amazing these Ibanez guitars look. The one in the middle just looks simply fantastic. You could put that next to something like a Gibson custom shop guitar and it would hold its own for about a third of the price. Visually, these are some of the nicest 335 style guitars I've seen in quite some time. I'm spewing there wasn't a lefty in the store, otherwise I would have definitely have given it a shot. Oh no, that's a bummer. This particular red Ibanez has a floating bridge. If you haven't had one of these guitars before, stay away. If you take the strings off, you're going to have to realign the bridge every time. No fun. You'll also see this type of setup on guitars like Gretsch. On the right, we have a Strat-style Yamaha Pacifica. Believe it or not, a Yamaha Pacifica won't set you back a whole lot of bucks, but you'll actually get a whole lot of guitar considering the price. While these new Yamaha guitars look really cool, man, they're a lot of money for an Asian-made guitar. For the same sort of price, you could essentially get a USA-made Strat or Telecaster. I'll put money on this, whatever the hell it is, sounding better than the Mustang GT40. It's starting to dawn on me that maybe Pat's Music is the #1 Ibanez dealer in Australia. I don't know if I've seen this many Ibanez guitars in one place. Check out that guitar on the top. Sparkles. For those of you into the Ibanez and pointy guitars, you'll definitely get a kick out of this collection. While this particular photo isn't ideal, some of the stickers actually said Gibson-style acoustic guitars. I thought that was kind of funny. These aren't Gibson or even Epiphone guitars. When I saw them, I thought the same thing. Man, these remind me of Gibsons. All of these acoustic guitars are made by a company called Sigma. I haven't had a lot of experience with them over the years, but they look like decent instruments for the price. And there we go, Martin acoustic guitars. I'm not sure there's a better acoustic guitar on the planet. If there is, let me know in the comments. If you're a beginner, I don't think you can go too far wrong with either a Squier Strat or Telecaster. Even the Affinity Series ones are still quite easy to play. Given the price, it's a great entry-level instrument. And yep, we have another lefty. It's actually great to see a quality left-handed bass guitar. This is a Mexican standard P bass. The one on the left is an American PJ bass. It has a jazz pickup in the bridge and the P config up in the neck. Squier also make a really cool PJ bass as well. I've owned one and they sound awesome. As I looked up on my way out, I happened to notice they also had some Gretsch guitars. I'm really digging the blue one on the left. I think that looks pretty spectacular. I've never had a chance to play an acoustic Gretsch before. If you have played one, let me know what they're like in the comments. In the main acoustic room, I noticed they also had a Mini Maton. I really dig these guitars. If you haven't heard one before, check out Keith Urban. He's one of the most well-known guys for playing them live on stage. For a very small guitar, they sound great thanks to the AP4 or AP5 pickup system. I reckon one of these days I'll succumb to the gas and pull the trigger on one of these resonator style acoustics. I think they look awesome. They've got a really particular sound that I kind of like, and they're a little bit of a blues machine. I think it might be worth trying out. In terms of pedals, the standout range of pedals was the EHX. While they did also offer more budget-friendly pedals like the Moore brand, they also sold stuff like T-Rex, which is absolutely awesome. There was a couple of bog standard tube screamers as well. They also stocked a number of Boss Wazacraft pedals, which are some of the new iterations of some of their classics. And that wraps up another Guitar Search Saturdays. I thought I would also include more Australian shops in this series, just to mix it up for the people who are overseas, who might find that interesting also. Very soon, I'm heading overseas to the USA. I plan on shooting a whole lot more of these videos while I'm away, so stay tuned, there's way more to come. If you do enjoy this series, don't forget to click the like button and also subscribe and click the bell for future notifications for Guitar Search Saturday. A huge thanks to all of my Patreon subscribers. I absolutely appreciate your support. It keeps original content coming. Anyone who signs up on Patreon has first dibs on any of the X Demo products that I demo. If all goes well while I'm overseas, I may shoot a couple of live Guitar Search Saturdays. We'll see how we go. Thanks for watching. Catch you soon. See ya.